Buy or sell Dynasty off-season edition, and we have Kyle Pitts. Look, we all know who this guy is. He's an extreme talent. Some will say one of the best tight ends coming into the draft in a very long time. Okay, this past year, 68 receptions on 110 targets, 1,026 yards, and only 1 touchdown in the 2021 season. I mean, he did finish top 6, top 5 tight end. He was in there, but obviously the tight end position is very up and down. So Zach, for 2022, are you buying or selling Kyle Pitts?
Yeah. So again, just to clarify, those watching, buying means we're going to trade. We're going to get as much of this person as possible.
That's
selling
right.
means we're out. We're going to try and cash in on the value. I am absolutely 1,000% buying. Buy. I cannot get enough stock of Kyle Pitts in my life. Okay, we read those stats. 68 receptions, 110 targets, over 1,000 yards, only 1 touchdown. You look at those stats, the only thing that's missing is the touchdowns.
Yeah, I literally just said it.
Kyle Pitts, he's 21 years old. Kyle Pitts is 21 years old, guys. Okay, for him to put up those stats as a 21-year-old, it's unheard of. I believe he was 50 yards shy of breaking Mike Ditka's tight end reception yard record. Very, very close to that record. I know there was more games, but still, it's an impressive year from Kyle Pitts. The expectations were always way too high. They were astronomical. I came out at the beginning of the offseason last year and said he will finish top 5.
Right.
He was top 5 until that last week, had that hamstring injury. He really didn't get involved in the last game. So he finishes as a tight end 6, barely missed top 5. Look, personally, I think he met my expectations as a rookie. And this is a guy who's a freak athlete. What do we say about tight ends? They always need time to learn the position.
Right.
The touchdowns will come. Honestly, if he has the same exact stats as he had this year, next year, but he has 5 more touchdowns, this is a top 3, top 2 tight end.
Oh, no doubt.
And I think that's within the possibilities.
No doubt.
For Kyle Pitts. I do have a couple reasons why I'm worried. We can talk about that in a second, but I am buying him. What about you? Are you buying or selling?
I am completely honest. I am on the fence. I want as much of Kyle Pitts, and at the same time, I'm worried. And I'm pretty sure it could be the same exact reason as you. One, let me tell you my words, okay? If they
tell the worries, okay.
Yeah, if they were to bring in somebody, once again, kind of like the Monroe St. Brown, if they were to bring in somebody, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, a Juju, I don't think their talent surpasses Kyle Pitts' talent to where defenses automatically switches and be like, you know what, we're going to focus on them. No, I still believe it has to be a Julio Jones type caliber. It has to be a DeAndre Swift type caliber for when they say, you know what, we're going to start looking at this other guy. We know Kyle Pitts is talented, but this guy, I think it's a little bit better. And I don't. Are you
talking about defense's game planning for the Falcons?
The Falcons and Kyle Pitts specifically. I don't think they have the money, and 2, I don't think they are going to bring in anyone at that caliber to say, you know what, we need to focus our attention to somewhere else. So that's my concern. I don't think there's going to be anyone else coming into this team to say, what, you know what, Kyle Pitts. Second is quarterback play. Yes, I understand Matt Ryan is locked in for another year, quote unquote.
Yeah,
but I can see. And then for at least his rookie contract, multiple quarterbacks coming in. A lot of inconsistencies, probably, whatever the case may be. That's really only my concern. His talent, amazing. The best talent we've seen in a while in the tight end position. But those are my concerns.
Here's a couple of things. Matt Ryan, is anyone worried? And let me ask you if there's any Falcons fans out there. Are you worried about losing Matt Ryan? Genuine question. Like, I
like Matt Ryan.
He's a decent quarterback, but for fantasy purposes, am I worried about Kyle Pitts losing Matt Ryan? No. I mean, we just looked at Amon-Ra St. Brown this year ball out with who at quarterback? Tim Boyle.
Right.
I mean, I'm not so worried about the quarterback being replaced here. I know Matt Ryan has been a great quarterback for his career, but I think that Kyle Pitts can remain fantasy relevant with whatever quarterback there's going to be. And let's be honest, Matt Ryan only has a couple years left here in Atlanta, and I'm okay with that. The thing that worries me the most, which you kind of highlighted, is Calvin Ridley. I don't think Calvin Ridley's coming back to this team. Maybe he does.
He doesn't want to be there.
Best case scenario for Kyle Pitts is Calvin Ridley coming back. I don't think that's happening, though. So there is a slight reason to worry The reason being, okay, what other weapons can they get for defenses, like you said, to not focus solely on Kyle Pitts?
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Again, I'm going to continually say this on this channel. In redraft, you look at opportunities. Okay. Right. That's the most important thing. In Dynasty, what's the most important thing? Talent over opportunity. Kyle Pitts is without a doubt the most talented tight end we have seen come out of the draft in years, decades. And I believe in that talent. I like what I saw this year. So I think that Atlanta can figure it out. If they lose Calvin Ridley, they've always found weapons. Atlanta has always found weapons. You go back to the days of Roddy White, then it was Julio Jones, then they got Calvin Ridley. They're going to find more weapons. And best believe, they know that it's an issue that Kyle Pitts is being so heavily guarded by defenses. Surely they're going to figure that out this offseason. Like, there will be some sort of game plan to figure that out. I do believe he gets in the end zone more. And again, if we're looking at, the issue with quarterback play, then we should all be out on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Do you know what I mean? But we're not, because he's talented. And Kyle Pitts maybe has another 10, 12 years left. There will be another quarterback that is competent enough to make him fantasy relevant.
Okay.
Let's talk about price. So you're on the fence. So what's a price that you're willing to pay for Kyle Pitts? I'm very strong on this, but you might be a little bit different.
For me, if I were to be selling Kyle Pitts, I want the world. I want high caliber. I want high caliber talent. Like I said, DeAndre Swift. I mean, this is a little bit older, but I'm thinking DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, all these guys I went crazy. If I want a younger talent for like a Kyle Pitts, I'm thinking of Javonte. I'm thinking of maybe a quarterback, a Joe Burrow or something like that. Whatever the case, if you're in a 2-quarterback dynasty league.
Wide receiver, maybe you're saying like a Jamar, and you'll give a piece.
Yeah, exactly.
Along with Pitts to get Jamar.
But if I'm just looking for picks, I want maybe a first, maybe 2 firsts if you have 2 firsts. I don't think one first round pick is enough for Kyle Pitts.
Absolutely
in my opinion.
not. No.
So maybe 2 firsts and maybe a low end second, a 2 firsts, a high end third. That still doesn't feel like enough. As I'm saying it. I think I would. It just has to be a lot, honestly, like a 2 first-round picks or something.
You want to lock. So here's the deal: the tight end position is such a position.
Man, bro,
you can have such an advantage for a decade at least with Kyle Pitts.
Dalton Schultz,
you have a decade. He's 21 years old.
Terrible.
You have a decade of an elite tight end. That is so hard to find. Look, let's look at this year's draft, 2022. I can confidently say that through the scouting process so far, there is no one with the talent of Kyle Pitts in this draft. No one. There's not a wide receiver. There's not a running back. There's not a tight end. No one is as talented as Kyle Pitts. So if you have the 101, ship that off for Kyle Pitts right now if someone's worried about it. Right now, without a doubt. There's no questioning, I'm giving you a 2024 pick. I don't know what that's going to be. No, if you have the 101 in this year's draft, go try and get Kyle Pitts and give up another first rounder for him if you have to. But look, the value for Pitts for me, you have to get at least 3 firsts and maybe a couple valuable players in return.
3 and some more. Oh my goodness.
You're talking about a decade of elite production at a position that determines wins and losses. Tight ends, they determine wins and losses. If you have a good one, you have an advantage. And I'll say this. For anyone who has Travis Kelce out there, flip him now if you can for Kyle Pitts. I don't even care if you're a win now team. Genuinely, I don't care. Go get Kyle Pitts. I have had him ever since I started the drafting process last year as my tight end 1 in Dynasty. You know that. I still have him as the tight end 1 in Dynasty. There's not a tight end I would want more than Kyle Pitts. And guys like Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, they're like Kelce in particular, I believe he's going to be 33 this year.
Yeah.
You start to get 34, 35, you can play quarterback, but you can't play tight end anymore. You really need to be thinking futuristic here. And I think Kyle Pitts, because he didn't have the 10 touchdown season, you have a window of opportunity here. If anyone is doubting Kyle Pitts, now's a chance to go grab someone who solidifies that position. I want as much Kyle Pitts as possible. I will be unashamedly, my name is tagged to Kyle Pitts and Travis Etienne. Those are names that I am tagged to. And if they fail, I'm willing to say I was wrong. But I am 100% on Kyle Pitts still.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/Fantasyland Fam.